Welcome back to another video from the Troop. You're with Thighs and we are looking at the 5th reward track. By now, most people have gotten used to how it functions and what it is for. But for those who are unaware, the track is like a seasonal reward progress bar commonly found in a lot of online games these days. Now for me, I spend about 99% of my time on the Treebeard server and about 1% of my time dipping into Arkenstone just to do the reward track and nothing else. There's a number of questions that pop up occasionally. Why complete the reward track? How do I deal with so many boxes from it? What do I do with all this excess script? And one that should be considered a little more, what characters should I claim my rewards on? And finally, what's the quickest way to complete the track? Some of the answers depend on the server you play on, as well as the levels and classes that you have at your disposal. I've heard this question before a few times, which has surprised me. Why complete the track? There's two different understandings of this question. The first is, why bother at all? And the second is talking about taking it to completion. So to answer the first, the reward track gives you 90% or about 90% of what you'll need to empower your legendary weapons, and you can do this with very little effort. The second, why you should take it to completion, is because there are occasionally exclusive rewards that you can't obtain anywhere else, and the reward track gives you the easiest obtainable selectable gold traceries. And at level 101, it becomes an infinite free gambling machine. Most of the time, you'll get an extra ancient script, but every now and again, you'll get random gold traceries as well. I've gotten about 50 from the last reward track. When it comes to having too many boxes that you don't want to touch, you have a few options. Obviously, you can put it in your vault or shared storage, or even make alts specifically for holding them. What I like to do is mail them to myself and not open the mail until the last minute. You can get 2 months of storage that way, if not more, if you don't even send them back to the original character that they came from. For what to do with your excess script, for anyone who's not at the live server cap, you can buy ahead. You can buy enhancement runes for either the current cap or for future caps. As time goes on, you're going to need them. The other thing to watch out for is that SSG loves messing with the classes, for better or worse, and that will affect your character's builds. You may wish to work on a spare weapon or class item by feeding in enhancement runes too. As you can see here, there's a demonstration of 7 different levels. We have level 50, level 86, 101, 106, 116, 121, and level 131 enhancement runes that can all be bartered at the same vendor. For claiming the rewards, you have to consider what is the highest level on your server, and will that change before the next reward track begins. If the server's level is going to jump, then you should hold off claiming your gold traceries. It seems as I test on Arkenstone that the reward tier is based on your character's level. I'll open these level 50 boxes on my 140 and 120 and 85, and we'll see, what we get out of them. So over here we have enhancement runes. I'm on a level 120. Bang, open them, and the minimum level here is 116. If I look here at my enhancement runes, there are 4 rare enhancement runes that are going to come out of this box here. I'm going to, now I've collected this on the 120, I'm going to send this to the level 140, and we're going to see what those look like there. Are they going to be the 116 that I would have collected on this character, or are they going to be level 131 plus ones? So here I am on my level 140. What a fast load time. Haha. Alright, so I have the Sealed Tracery here that was collected by my level 120 that says minimum level 45. So we're going to take that. Boom. What level is it? It is level 131. So here, it doesn't even matter if you've collected it on a lower level. You can open it on a higher level and it should be at the level of the character that opens it. Here we are with my level 85. Now I've sent the other tracery to this level 85. We're going to open this up and see what we get. Boom, there we go. Let's have a look. It is minimum level 45, maximum level 95, only level 85 character. So clearly it doesn't matter what character you collect the items on, as long as when you open the box, you open it on your highest levels, if that's the character you want it on, because the level of the character does in fact matter. My favorite question about how to complete the reward track, or what is the fastest method. As time progresses, we are finding different methods that work. Originally, we had to farm IXP runes until SSG made that into a horrendous grind and then redundant. Fortunately, now with the XP lowered, if you're more of a casual player and don't care a great deal about getting all the gold traceries, you can simply just play the game. All mob kills and legendary XP reward quests will contribute, making it pretty easy in 3 months to complete the track. But if you're like me, then you're probably more interested in hitting level 101 as quickly as possible. My favorite method here is to use my level 45, consume any IXP runes I do have on that character, and just mob grind. In a single day of just continuous mob grinding, this character, this level 45, will complete the entire track for my account. Alright, so here we are with our delving NPC. We're going to go in and suffer this and see how much XP that we get. So if I press Shift I, as you see, I've gotten up to, almost 3 on the reward track. So it's still pretty fresh. It's still the lowest tier of XP required. We'll see what we get from each delving mission. Now, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I'm going to start on tier 10. I'm going to see how this goes. Alright, so it took almost 20 minutes in order to go through that process. Now, I probably could do it faster, I could probably have better DPS or whatever, but ultimately, it takes 20 minutes. So, you look at the reward track here, it's almost 3. With the completion of that, complete it in delving opal. 3. Wow. So we got 6 levels, just over 6 levels for the tier 10 delving it, and then right, and then the standard mission itself gave us very little at that stage. So so you got six levels there a pop. As you go higher levels, it's definitely going to give you less relative to the levels in the reward tracks, because as last time we studied it, essentially there are 5 blocks, right? Every 20 levels, the XP required to fill out a level goes up. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it seems to be about 15-20%, something like that. And then essentially it means that, of course, you have to work harder to achieve the same sort of levels. But as you see this, it's a fair chunk of XP for doing these, and if you duo them, you can make it a lot faster. It can probably become actually worthwhile to go through and do your delvings. We're gonna go with tier 1. All right, let's see how fast we can do this. Okay, so that took less than 2 minutes. And if we open up to our reward track here, at the moment we're almost at 10. We're going to turn in the mission first, because I'm sure it gives us almost nothing. Yep, about the same as it did before, makes no difference. Now tier 1 delving, let's see what we get. Ooh, so we were at 10, so we're going like 3, basically. We got 3 levels. Okay, so the difference between a tier 10 and a tier 1 is, 50%. Essentially, you're doubling what you can get. But I completed that in less than 2 minutes. So, it doesn't take a mathematician to work out that, you go through a number of alts here and just do the tier 1, bing bada boom, you'll be level 100 in no time. So after having completed 10 delvings on tier 1, I have reached level 42. I do have a couple of experience boosters. I have the Gift of the Great Alliance, which is giving plus 25% legendary item XP, and I have got a plus 5% item XP from monster kills. So this one here is basically worthless, and this one here is 25%. 25%. One of those pieces of jewelry that people commonly have. Even if you didn't have that, this seems to be massive in terms of how quickly you can maximize this track. In fact, this is probably the fastest way to do it without having item XP runes. Now we're going to test on my burglar, who is not wearing any IXP items at all, and we're going to charge through and see how far we get along the track. So now we're back and I've completed all those. Let's see where we are on the reward track. So we've done 10 tier 1s. On the burglar as well. We were at 43 and now we are at, wow, almost 69. Nice. I have these two quests here, the missions, completing missions every week. I like to get the crafting. Let's see how much we get from that. Oh, nothing, or next to nothing. Anyway, that's cool. So doing the missions, these delvings is really fast on tier 1. So now we're going to work on our reward track. We're going to see what we're going to get from it in total. At the moment I have 0 ancient script. Alright, there's nothing there. Cool. And we're going to go through and collect everything. The total loot for the first 101 levels includes 16 decorated coffers of ancient scripts, that's 3,200 AS, 8 enhancement runes, they're the basic tier, they contain 32, 6 times embellished coffers of ancient script, that's 3,600 AS, 12 times enhancement runes, these ones are rare and we get 48 of those. 12 times sealed traceries, rare. These are random traceries. 12 times enhancement runes, incomparable. There's 36 in total. 9 times sealed traceries, incomparable. So these ones are random. 4 times tracery tokens, incomparable. These are the barter ones, so the better choice. Then we have 8 times enhancement runes, legendary. Now usually there's been about 3 in each of these boxes, so I'm guessing there's about 24 in total if there isn't any extras from the other boxes later on, but I'm not going to open them until higher levels on this server because I'm on Treebeard. 3 times Gundabad recipes, which are useless for servers like this. They are obviously useful for live. 4 times sealed chests of Embers and Figments, which are both, they all contain 4k in total for each currency. But once again, these are something that you probably should save until you're in higher levels so that you can actually use them. 5 times unique boxes. Now we have Coffer of legendary items, Coffer of the snow-covered aurochs, legendary Coffer of a good book, legendary Coffer of the fiery blue beetle, legendary Coffer of the Ukrash portrait frame. So in total, we have to find out how many legendary sealed traceries we get in total, right? So if we pull out the sealed tracery legendary here and this one here, okay, and then we're going to pull out the special boxes here, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one here. Okay, so we no longer need to look at that, close that, and we have them all here. Okay, so we're going to go through and open them and start stacking them, seeing how many we get. Alright, so legendary coffer of legendary items. We open that up. What's it got? Over here it has Coffer of Ancient Script, 50 Ancient Script, Coffer of the Snow Covered Aurochs. Alright, so we got the cosmetic item. And we've got an Embellished Coffer of Ancient Script. Okay. Again, who cares? Legendary Coffer of a Good Book. What's that? Ooh, grant reading emote. Okay, I like that. See, I like getting emotes with these sorts of things. Here we have a Tracery token legendary. So this is the barterable piece, right? As opposed to Sealed Tracery legendary, where those are not barter. Here we have the legendary coffer of the fiery blue beetle. So once again, the cosmetic item and token, legendary token. Okay, here's the big one, the legendary coffer of the Ukrash portrait frame. Crack that open, bang. Had some sort of deed over here pop up, or quest item, I see. Alright, account-wide Ukrash portrait frame. Ukrash frame, account-wide Ukrash portrait frame. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for that. Then we have Tracery token, legendary. So this one should be the Barter. Enhancement Runes, legendary. So there we go. Enhancement Runes, legendary. And Enhancement Runes, legendary. So who cares about them? But essentially you get 5 legendary tokens or legendary traceries, 3 of which you can barter for, and 2 which are random. All in all, it seems like SSG is slowly trying to improve the reward track, make it more interesting, give us more products or rewards on the track. They've included some more cosmetic items. They've given us relatively the same amount of legendary rewards, but of course they've continued the fairly new system of continuous loot at the 101 level, which I think is pretty fantastic. The only thing that I would change here is I would have the, look at this Q guy, massive. I would have the recipes like Gundabad be exchanged for something else that's somewhat more useful on legendary servers. Perhaps there's an idea that they could do is a box where you could select tiers or levels of recipes, and then perhaps from that you choose a box within the box and then get the specific recipe that you like for that level. Thanks for watching.